intro. Okay. So I am currently working on trying to figure out what kind of intro I want to have, and I'm sorry I don't have that yet, but due to the lack of space on my camera, I am going to go ahead and start this off. Alright, DDLG, what is it? Okay, that stands for Daddy Dumb Little Girl. What is that? Pedophilia? Oh, no. Guess what, folks? You're wrong. It is not pedophilia, okay? Listen. So, in BDSM, there is this thing called age of consent. Okay, and also in BDSM, there is this thing called maturity, common sense, and respect. Okay, and now I have found that most people involved in that who are real, like doms or daddies or mommies or anything like that, one of their main roles is to protect, respect, and communicate with their subs, their littles, their slaves, their pets, whatever you want to call it, okay? And a real dom, whether that be a male dom or a dominatrix or however you want to call it, you know, a daddy, a mommy, whatever, I have found that, guess what, guys? That means they respect their subs, their littles, their pets, their slaves. It is not in any way, shape, or form real disrespect. It is simply, I mean, it could be real disrespect, and if that's what you're into, great. But, you know, it's communicated upon. It's consent, okay? And guess what? That does not mean that these daddies go out looking for children. No, they actually don't look at all. Most I have found real daddies they're not looking for littles. They don't care. I have found that every real daddy I've met has not actually been interested in relationships at all at first, and then when we've sort of kind of connected and gotten to a place where we become, you know, a dynamic, we've gotten pretty close pretty quickly, and meaning that relationship-wise, and I have found that it's just, it fits for me, and it's part of that mental and emotional aspect of a relationship that is important to me, and I have found that. I have been on a search for the last, like, 3 years to figure out what I'm most passionate about and make that a thing, because I suffered a lot of serious trauma in my past, and getting older and becoming an adult, I have decided that I want to heal. And I've been encouraged to heal by a lot of daddies in the past who are not in my life now, and I'm encouraged now more than ever by the daddy I'm with, who is actually helping me to make content. He gives me different ideas and he helps me make my content. He tells me sort of little critiquing things. My daddy is active in helping me make my videos and helping me make my content. And actually, if you're on my socials, you can see that he's very, like, active in my content. Like, together we have a lot of fun together. I mean, we're just goofballs, we're goofy goobers. But anyway, so basically, what is a daddy? I'm gonna say this from a little standpoint because that's all I really know. I mean, I've asked my daddy this and I can give you sort of the answer he gave me, but a daddy to a little A daddy to a little is your best friend, but also the person that nobody wants to piss off when it comes to taking care of you or supporting you. A daddy to a little is the person who, in the middle of the day, when you're having serious panic attacks and shit gets really dark in your head and you're just not doing okay, instead of running and like hiding in the bathroom or running and hiding in your fort or something like I'm used to, you run to him and he does something about whatever it was that was triggering you, or he comforts you if he can. You know, he's that person. I speak from experience when I say that, but a daddy for a little is he's the person that they don't have to question. You know, he's the person where, as a little, you don't have to feel he's lying to you. He's the person that you can stand up and say, hey, I'm not okay, and they'll be right there to help. You know, anyway, so when I asked Daddy what the responsibilities of a daddy are, and I also asked other daddies, I also looked it up. But being a daddy or a caregiver or a mommy, basically your responsibilities are to mentally and emotionally support your little, but also to guide them and teach them things that they need to work on and help them to better themselves. And if they need outside help, you are supposed to assist them in getting that. Like, you know, basically as a daddy or a mommy, you're basically a parent, and that is the role. Now, that is different from age play, which is more a BDSM related thing. Okay, because in age play, it's strictly sexual, but in DDLG, it's oftentimes rarely sexual, although it can be, you know, like, there can be a sexual aspect to it if you choose. Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you and your partner are comfortable with is always the best. And, like, that also comes with not, like, how do I put this? I learned this from my daddy. If your partner, whether they be a dom or a little, does not want your dynamic to be sexual or does not want to be involved in the, like, age play sex scenes, but they want to be little outside of the sexual goings on in your relationship, as a daddy or a dom or a big or whatever you know your title is, you should be accepting and willing to be like, okay, yes, I understand, I'm sorry, I won't push it, because DDLG and this lifestyle are all about consent, respect, love, protection, honesty. That means if, as a widow, you like to do seggy time with your dom, your mommy, your daddy, whatever, but they are not comfortable for whatever reason in age play during sex, you have to be good and respect that. But as a mommy, a daddy, or a dom, the same goes. Now, whether that means encouraging them to step out of their comfort zone if you feel that they are capable of maybe trying or whatever, if you just feel that, like, maybe it's safe to try and communicate what's going on, then do so, but make sure you do so in a way of making them feel heard. And on top of that, make sure you do it in a way of reminding them that they're safe, that they have a choice, and that they can tell you what's bothering them. Which is something that is going to lead me into the next topic about DDLG.